how can they best encourage and help their pastor have a heart for missions?
Well, it won't be through coercion or manipulation. It's primarily through prayer. I always go back to, what do you have that you have not received? And if you have received it, why do you boast? It's a grace. Any virtue is a grace. Any particular avenue of love that one goes down is a grace. And so pray and talk, but talk to Him. Pray for him. Help him see. One of the greatest things that I think a church can do for their pastor, you see, people talk about mission trips all the time, and most of them are, to be honest with you, a waste of time and money. But what we really need is for churches to send their pastor, and if he is an expositor, if he's a faithful pastor, theologian, expositor, there's so many places in the world where he could go and be with 25 men that he could pour his, literally, that would be sitting on the edge of their seat to listen to his teaching. Send him to places like that. Allow him to go twice a year, once a year. Allow a few of the laymen or deacons or whatever to go with him, and he will catch the vision. There's one other thing, if you permit me, that I would like to say, and this is very important. So when I'm with a whole bunch of young church planters that are just wanting to go to the field, I always ask them, what is your plan? And if they're biblical, it'll be, well, I want to plant a biblical church, and from that church plant another church, start planting churches. And I always, for the shock value, go, wrong. And I remember I had a discussion with Dr. MacArthur about this about 2 years ago. I tell them, I said, son, you plant a church because you love those people in the church. And Dr. MacArthur said, and you want to feed them. Be very, very careful of ever using the church to carry out some vision you have, even if it's a biblical one. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to plant that church, and you know what? They're not going to cooperate with your vision. They're going to hold you back. Because when you're wanting to look at that next hill and plant that church, you're going to have to go back and fix this same marriage over and over. You're going to have to pull this man possibly out of some sin. You're going to have to go over here and end a squabble between two sisters. And you're going, no, I want to conquer the world. And in time, what's going to happen is you're going to despise the very people for whom the church was planted. And so you plant a church because you love that church and you want to pour your life into that church. But if you are a pastor who loves the people and pours himself into the people, eventually you will plant churches. I think that's very important.
Any last comments?
Well, to simply add, especially on that note of send your pastor. I'm coming from Africa, and I know that doctrinally we are a very needy continent. You people are blessed beyond measure. You just don't know it. You have the books, you have the training. So yes, do send us your pastors to meet with 5, 10, 20 individuals with some books, make their way through, and leave the people richer doctrinally.
Yes.
Because as I said at the beginning this morning, it won't be long before Africa is sending out missionaries. I'm praying. But I'm also praying that those missionaries will be doctrinally sound.
Yes.
And there, we need you. We really do. Thank you very much.